Hello everyone, happy Monday. And as you can see, we still have snow. Yesterday it was a little warmer and the snow kind of packed down and it looks like a meringue. It looks like a sparkly meringue that hasn't been caramelized yet. Um, it's just kind of all smushed down. It's still high. You should see the drifts around the mailboxes and all over town. It looks like icebergs all over town. Huge drifts. But yesterday they kind of all smushed down a little bit. Now it's a little bit more soft and flat. Karen and I took a walk yesterday, and he just trudged through the snowdrifts, and now it's so packed over because it kind of froze and it melted and refroze. We just walked over ice the whole time today. But we had a walk. Yay, we had a walk. Woke up, it was 0 degrees. When I left work yesterday, because I worked all weekend, when I left last night, there was a black ice, and I was like, here we go again. Still not really safe out there to drive around in, but I'm starting to get my sea legs when it comes to driving on ice and snow. And not over yet, because winter is not over yet. But anyway, yeah, and I have seasonal depression, but look, the sun is out. It was supposed to be sunny all day, but I'll take it. I'll take this. The sun is out for now. And what was I going to say? I don't know. It's just doing okay. The days are longer. Anyway, well, let's talk about Eileen Cannon. And remember, this is all for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say is just intuition and not fact. Intuition and speculation by Amy the Intuitive and Amy the Intuitive, Earth Spirit, I should say, the Intuitive. And so I got through Spirit. I should always clarify, it's not me most of the time. Yeah, sometimes it's my opinion, but it's my guides and angels. And they told me yesterday, as I posted, that Eileen Cannon and Merrick Garland would, because they're doing the good cop, bad cop thing, That's what they're doing. And I got that the report would be really, part 1 would, because they're not going to release part 2 without a big struggle. But part 1 would be released yesterday or today. And if not by today, it would be held up until Trump is gone out of office for whatever reason. And TikTok time is running out. So, is that just ice? So here's the thing. Announcement was made that Eileen would allow part 1 to be released. Oh my gosh, thank you. We're so grateful. Like, we paid for this. Our tax money paid for it. And part 1 is all the stuff we already know. We've already heard all this. We've seen the pictures. We know that he took the document. He even had a phone call. I shouldn't be telling you this because this is a top secret document. We already know all this stuff. So it's not like we don't know what he did. We know it. We even saw the videos and the pictures of him and his handlers moving the boxes of documents from airplane to airplane when he had already been ordered to return them to the government, to the skiff. So, part 1 is just that. It's the stuff we already know. Part 2 is all the stuff that if we knew, we would get really, 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 really upset, which obviously they don't want. But we're adults and we're allowed to have information. I'm so sick of them treating us like children. I even have always treated my children with more respect than the government treats us. I've always been honest with my children and told them almost everything they wanted to know, unless I thought it was really unhealthy for them. But most of the part, I would say, yeah, this is the truth, and I would explain it to them. And yeah, I've always been more honest with my children and treated them with much more respect and dignity when it comes to information and the truths of life than the government treats us. So we're not allowed. So here's the thing. Obviously, if they don't want us to see part 2 of the Jack Smith files, it's because it's really incriminating. Now they're using Walt Nauta and De Oliveira, I don't know his first name, as political strangleholds for the information. Oh, if you release that, it'll incriminate why didn't they already have their trials? It's been years now. They held up their trials just like Trump holds up his trials and delay. because he doesn't want any of this to be released. They're using them as a political stunt to hold up part 2. Oh, it'll hurt their trial. Well, then we should hear it even more. We should hear it even more. So obviously, unless a miracle occurs, and I pray that it does, but obviously they're not going to release part 2 without a huge struggle. It's going to be like pulling a tooth, okay? That's what it's going to be like. Again, our tax money paid for it. Jack Smith worked hard for it. Blood, sweat, and tears. And it's not fair. But is anything Trump does fair? And, you know, I was saying to myself in my car, yes, I do talk to myself. I always have, and I think it's because I've always known I have my guides and angels around me. But that, what did I say? Now I can't remember what my own self said to my own self. Hold up, I got this. Merrick Garland. Oh, I said to myself, I will take back everything about Merrick Garland if he releases the unredacted part 2 of the Jack Smith files. I'll take back everything. I will come on and make a special video and apologize and humble myself and say, my dear lords and ladies, I am your humble servant. I apologize profusely for my error in judgment of Merrick Garland. I pray, and I said, I pray to be wrong about this. I pray that I'm wrong about this. I pray to be wrong about Merrick Garland. Because at the end of the day, I don't care if I'm right. I am like everyone else. I want this information out. Why? Even though we already know. 45 says everything that he does. I'm going to grab women, and they'll let me do it because I'm a star. They may be married. They may not. But tell me they want me to do it, but I'm going to do it. And then a woman says he does it. I would never do that. You guys are accusing me. False, fake news. But he already said he did it. I'm going to take this stuff. This stuff is my stuff. This is my stuff. Oh, you took it. Here's a video of you doing it. You guys, fake news. You know, everything. I could do this. I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and nobody would stop me. You know, it's like... That's what he said, not me. That's what he said. He's always said everything. Oh, George Stephanopoulos, would you take political dirt from a foreign entity on your political opponent during an election? I don't know why I wouldn't. Hello, 45 says everything that he does. Everything. There's nothing that he's done that we don't know about that he hasn't already said that he's going to do. And then he mirrors it on other people. I bet they did that. Well, he did it. You know, he tells on himself. Anyway, so prediction-wise, my guides were right that it would be projected to be released yesterday or today. I still don't know if it has been, though. Part 1, at least. Part 2 probably never will be. Maybe it will be. TikTok. Speaking of time running out in TikTok. It's like TikTok has gone through this over and over again. I see that it could have 6 more months, but at the end of the day, if they get rid of TikTok, it's a really bad look for them, the Republicans, and, you know, that whole group. The reason why they're taking away TikTok isn't because of bad stuff going on with the country with C, you know. It's because you would take away Temu. I don't, please don't think that I'm always thinking I'm right, because I know I'm not always right. But I can say, hands down on a Bible, that I was maybe the only person who picked up on Temu when they first came out. I saw Temu the first time, and I got warning, do not allow Temu to take over. Why? Because it was after 2020, and it was when, you know, 45 and all his cronies all across the world were still trying to attack us and attack Joe Biden. And I saw that it was a way to take money away from America and send it back to the country with a C. And they started to infiltrate the internet, all over the internet, and they started to infiltrate like the Super Bowl. And it was after the Super Bowl, and I'd already told people, don't use Temu. the Super Bowl was really like, that's when it was over. Everybody's like, oh, I'm going to go to Temu. And you hear people do hauls because Temu attacks YouTubers and influencers and says, oh, we'll give you a discount. We'll give people if you'll promote us. Now, the problem with Temu was they spy. They, for entertainment purpose only, but they use labor they're not supposed to use. They steal people's art and ideas and products. They have taken money out of people's bank accounts and infiltrated their, computers. But the whole thing about Temu was a way to infiltrate America and pretty much get into all our cracks and crevices of our internet and finances and take money away from us. Because this was a time after Putin attacked Ukraine, and we were starting to put holds on all of that type of channeling of money. And so Ukraine was like, Temu was a way to offer a channel of money back to these nefarious forces for entertainment purposes only. It's all connected, but I'll shut up about that. But if they're going to get rid of TikTok, they would get rid of Temu or Shine or all these other places that are similar. Facebook's been spying on, hello, Russia, are you listening? Remember in 2016, we found out that Russia was doing propaganda through Facebook, and Trump pretty much knew and his people pretty much knew. Facebook has not been a trusted source since then. And yet Facebook's still around, Meta's still around. Now we have Zuckerberg saying, we don't have to check anybody's facts anymore. Well, whatever. Does anybody do that anyway? Sometimes I think we get hyper checked. Liberals get checked way more than the right, the far right especially. There's a huge bias there. Look at TikTok. See, TikTok's already been infiltrated, not by the country with C, but by MAGA, by far right, by the insurrectionists in Congress. It's already been infiltrated. I began to see it right before the election, where I would post things and I would get strikes. They would do mass reporting. YouTube too. Now YouTube is getting attacked. So here's the thing. TikTok, I feel like TikTok could be around for 6 more months. But here's the thing. It's already been infiltrated. That was my whole point. It's already been infiltrated. Do we really want to stay on TikTok? I love it because I love cat videos and human interest stories, and they're funny videos, and then maybe makeup tutorials, but mostly I watch it for cats and dogs and just life. I think it's funny. I like to watch TikTok. I don't watch it I don't use TikTok Shop. I don't do any of that stuff. But here, okay, they're silencing a voice, but they're doing it to YouTube. So YouTube's gonna be next. YouTube's already being attacked. I don't know if you noticed, but it's getting harder to upload videos if you have anything that's liberal. It'll say, for me, I've noticed that they'll say privacy setting, we're reviewing your video, and I'll say, like I do, for entertainment purposes only, we're reviewing your video. The other day, they wouldn't let me upload anything. So, and when they do that, when I do manage to post a video, it gets really, really, like hardly anybody sees it. I might go from, hey, 37 people saw my video. Wow, that's like amazing. And then the next day it'll say, we're setting you to private and we're reviewing your video. And then I'll post it, right? I'll manage to post it, and there's like 1 view, no likes, which, okay, I don't need likes, but it's really clear the correlation between them doing that and reviewing my videos, or even letting me upload, and the views I get. I'm invisible. They make me invisible. So here's the thing. They're doing it all over. Zuckerberg, they're pushing us all into corners. All the liberal voices are being shoved into corners. So while Zuckerberg is saying things like, we're not going to have any censorship, we're not going to monitor anyone's free speech, they are. He is, Threads is, TikTok's already been infiltrated before the election. We know Elon Musk took over Twitter. That was a hostile takeover. That was a war, an act of war. He did it right before the midterms, right when 45 should have been arrested by Merrick Garland for the documents. They're pushing us all of us liberals into a corner so we can't talk. But I guess they don't understand how we work, because liberals talk even more. We're more informed. We see more, we know more, we understand more. So, you know, they can push us all into a corner if they want to, but we're still going to find ways to talk, because this is America. This isn't a fascist country, no matter how hard they try. This is America. And they're never going to shut us up. We're only speaking the truth, but the truth hurts, doesn't it? You know what? If the truth wasn't so true, they wouldn't tell us to shut up. If we were just talking about stupid fantasy world crap and lies and hallucinations, they would not care. They wouldn't care. It's because we're telling the truth. That's why they're trying to shut us up. That's why. So I guess there's some other apps they're going to open up instead of TikTok. I hope TikTok stays, but I'll tell you what, if 45 or Kevin Leary gets a hold of it, who wants it? You know, well, there was Vines, there's shorts on YouTube and Instagram. Now here's the thing about stupid Mark Zuckerberg, right? We need to have more masculine voices. There's too much feminine voice. See, this is an attack. With the election, an attack on women. An attack on women. They wanted to take away our right to vote. They said it. I remember it was last summer. This guy said it to me. You women shouldn't even be allowed to vote. And then I was like, oh, I see what all this is. And that's when, with Kamala, you know, they obviously, they're never going to let her win, never. Here's my intuition on that. I was thinking about that yesterday. I think that when 45 saw that first big rally that Kamala had with Tim Walz and the airport hangar where all those people stood in line and waited for her, and there was massive amounts of people, he was like, I keep seeing, you know, who's the guy in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, the guy that stole his bike? Remember the Clarence? Clarence. That guy, remember Pee-wee said Clarence when he realized Clarence was the one. He's jealous. Trump was so jealous. He was burning with jealousy that Kamala would have all these people love her. And each time he saw her massive rallies, and then like remember when they had the state thing where the states submitted their nominations, and we watched it and we were like, this is the best thing ever. Oh my God, 45 got so mad, so jealous, livid. And when Leland said to him, look, man, I've got an easy plan for you. I've got all this, you know, I can do this for you. And 45's like, oh, yes. Now, the thing is, as I said at the funeral, at Jimmy Carter's funeral, when 45 kept looking at Kamala, and she would not look at Voldemort. No, orange Voldemort. No. And he was like, look at me, acknowledge me. I want to see that you're upset. I want to see that you hate me. I want to see some sign of affliction. I want to see you cry. I want to see you cry. Like Flick from Christmas Story. And she's like, I ain't looking at orange Voldemort. And Doug was there to protect her. But 45 just wanted to see his victim cry. And she was like, nope. And see, that's why Obama was there. Obama was there to distract him. Now, I know people get mad and say Kamala was mad because Obama was being friendly. No, she was like, thank you, Obama. Thank you, Barack. Thank you for being there for me. Because Obama was like the comic relief to change the energy. Doug protected her energy. Obama was there to add a lightness, which he did. It was amazing. He did a great job. And of course, Melania had the poo-poo face of like, nobody loved me. Well, you know, she wrote that tell-all and she said horrible things, and you know, wouldn't even sit on the same toilet as Obama and Michelle Obama. And so are you supposed to like people like that? Are you supposed to? Are you supposed to be nice to people? You know, you can be nice enough. but you don't have to fawn over people like that. And knowing what we all know, someone said today, get over it, you're delusional. Frump won. And I'm like, block. Because here's the thing, Frump did not win. I would put my hand on a Bible and I would swear to my left leg, Frump did not win this election for entertainment purposes only. He did not win. Kamala won. Hands down, Kamala won. And 45 knows that. Now, he's a narcissist, so he's not up at night going, oh, I can't believe I did that to her. No, he's relieved that he did that to her. He's scared to death we'll announce it and have all the evidence. I honestly don't know how they don't have the evidence, because I've already figured it all out. We had that Spoonamore guy already figured it out. Obviously, he's a tech guy. I figured it out. You know, Spirit told me the next day, oh, Leland used AI. And then the pieces came in. Okay, he used AI. He used Grok, his AI app. He did it all on his phone. He had Dell chips in the computers. He had a cheat code. The tabulators opened from 6 to 8 p.m. on November 5th. And it was like keys. All the votes ran through the tabulators. And if it said Frump, they were good. And in the swing states, mostly, if they said Kamala, nope, she got dropped. The down ballots were accepted. That's how it worked. And Starflink had something to do with it. But mostly it was the cheat code that he put in to the all these voting machines. And that's how he did. And he used Grok, and then Polymarket and him had the perfect results map pre-election, and he just used the Grok AI to perfectly map out results, and bing, bam, boom, election night, swing states, from, red, boom, by 8 o'clock, all done. Because it was all planned out. It was all mapped out perfectly to the T. Pardon the pun. Pun not intended, but it works. And that's how he did it. That's how he still. So, you know, you want to talk to me? I'm just an intuitive, but that's exactly what I got. But then you throw in all the things like the bomb threats, which there were no bombs. The Roger Stone saying that and people like him, Flynn and Stone, saying we're going to contest every time that they try to restart voting on election night. We're going to go in and we're going to stop them. We're going to go into Congress and the court system. We're going to stop them and say, you can't open up. You can't open up. And we're going to drop people from the polls 100 days before the election, which is illegal, unconstitutional. And we're just going to say, oh, we can do this. And when you try to stop us, we're going to go to the courts and we're going to stop you and block you. And they did it. And that was all the election. Oh, and Leland with his lottery thing of, hey, I'll give you $1 million if you sign up as a registered voter. But the people were in the know. And they knew they weren't going to get $1 million. It was all a scam. Scam. Cheat. Cheat codes, open tabulators, votes ran through, down ballots accepted, Frump accepted, Kamala dropped. Massive amounts of Kamala votes dropped. Ballots burned, ballots lost, ballots left on the side of the road, ballot boxes in the states that did not have Wi-Fi and the ability to have cheat codes on their voting machines. Those are where they burned ballot boxes. That's how they did it. That's all it to a T. That's how they stole the election for entertainment purposes only, but it's the truth. That's how they did it. And I've always said, all you have to do is go look at the paper ballots, because they should all be paper ballots, and compare them to the tabulators. Now all you have to do is go to the swing states, 7 swing states. Now also, you could compare it to how Leland and Uten have done this in the country with Poland, which called out election interference. Germany's calling out election interference. Where else? Venezuela, there's other places. It's not just us. It's a repeated pattern. And who is the common denominator? Leland. That's how they did it. That's how they did it. So, you know, is 45 still going to be inaugurated? Probably. That's the track we're on. But, and then once he's in, it's going to be really hard to get things like part 2 of the Jack Smith files and this evidence of elections being rigged, which he did for entertainment purposes only. But I guess we're just going to have to do it anyway. Oh, and they can take away TikTok. It's probably going to take a while, but they can take it away. But there's other places. There's always going to be a place for people to talk and share liberal viewpoints, even if that means the local coffee shop, which is where it always was. So you'll have to get rid of coffee shops. You'll have to get rid of books. You'll have to get rid of newspapers. You'll have to get rid of magazines. You'll have to get rid of radio. Well, they already tried to get rid of NPR and PBS. So you see how they just don't want the liberal voice to talk, because we know the truth and we speak the truth and we know what they're up to. Anyway, so what's going to happen? Well, like I said, I think, yeah, Volume 1 will be released today, probably by 5 p.m., if not already. Volume 2 is going to be in a stranglehold, and maybe we'll never see it. But we already know. And you can't change a MAGA, so it's not like it's going to affect them. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for listening.